Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's unboxing is the Feel Good Book Club. This is for February 2021. If you've not watched me unbox this before, it is a book club, a book subscription, and it is run on behalf of the Samaritans charity. So all profits from this box go directly to the Samaritans charity. So not only do you get some really lovely things every month, you're also supporting the Samaritans and the great work that they do. So in terms of the price of this subscription, it does vary depending on how long you signed up for. I've signed up for a yearly subscription, so it cost me $16.49 a month. But if you sign up for a monthly subscription, I think it's $18.49 or something along those lines. I will put a link under the video and all the information so you can check that out if you are thinking of signing up to this one. So every month we get a book selected by the Feel Good Book Club team. The idea with this subscription is that it makes you feel good. So you also get some other goodies in there as well as the box. We're going to explore them together and I'm going to show you everything that's in the February box. On the back there's always a fun little message and it says, outside the wind is howling and the nights are drawing in. The window panes are rattling, every garment seems too thin. So draw the curtains tightly, find yourself a cosy nook and nestle in there nightly with a cuppa and a book. The leaves have fled the branches, the birds have travelled south. Your toes are froze, your nose it glows, teeth chatter in your mouth. So leave your wellies on the mat, your coat upon the hook, and roam instead inside your head by picking up a book. The cold won't last forever, the sun will melt the snow, the eggs will hatch, the bees will buzz, the flowers once more will grow. Yes, one day spring will bring back all the joys that winter took, but till then find your own joy in the pages of a book. With warm and wintry wishes, the Feel Good Book Club team. So whoever comes up with these things is clearly just an amazing writer. Anyway, let's get into it. So this just slides right off, which I say this every month, but I love that about it because it means I can reuse the box for posting stuff without, you know, anything going to waste. So it's fab. Inside it always says nearly there with this little sticker on and tissue paper, but I'm not going to show you everything all at once. We're going to pull it out one by one so we can kind of explore the surprise together. Towards the end of the video I will also give you my kind of review on last month's book, so if you want to know what I thought of last month's book from this subscription, stick around to check that out. Ooh, so the first thing I see, we always get a little card like this that tells us all about this box. And this month's box, the theme is time for yourself, which is so important, especially now. Our February theme. When was the last time you stopped, stepped back and did something just for you? At times like this, it can feel almost impossible to find the mental or physical space to properly focus on yourself. But it's never been more important to think about what you need right now and to be kind to yourself. And that's why we're focusing this month's box on a little bit of self-care. And even if that's all about you, we think it can also create a positive glow for others in your life. It then starts to tell us a little bit about the book and the gifts inside. So the first gift I see, and I'm so excited about this because this is the sort of thing that I will get a lot of use out of. We have got a Soothe Away heat pack by the Heat Pack company, and it says soothe away, make aches and pain go away, 100% natural wheat, handmade in the UK, and it's a microwavable scented heat pack or cold compress. It tells you how to use, so it tells you to put it in the microwave for 60 to 80 seconds. It just sort of gives you various warnings and things. I thought it was a little bit small, so actually when you take it out of the packaging it's a lot longer, so you can kind of wrap it around your neck if you need to, or just apply it wherever you want. It's got this lovely kind of tartan print to it and those little beady things inside. Also has a little bit of a lavender scent to it as well. So this I'll definitely get a lot of use out of. I seem to get a lot of aches and pains, plus it's cold, so even if I'm not getting aches and pains, I'm snuggling up with a hot water bottle or something to keep myself warm because I hate being cold. And I'm one of those people that feels cold all the time, so yeah. So I'm very, very happy to see that. Very, very practical, but also great to kind of make you feel good. And I don't think there's anybody who's not going to enjoy that. It says, warm yourself up this month with this microwavable wheat pack. Made from cotton canvas, this unscented, I don't think it's unscented, I think it smells of lavender, UK made tartan warmer makes curling up on the sofa with a good book even cosier, definitely. Next up, we've got a beauty treat. So this is by a brand called Bramley. Now, Bramley as a brand, I actually discovered in my Fortnum & Mason advent calendar. I'll insert a card here if you want to check that out, but it's a really expensive luxury advent calendar, and it contained a shower gel and body lotion from this brand, and I was really impressed with it, and I've never heard of the brand before. So it's a British brand. This particular product is vegan, Leaping Bunny certified, so cruelty free, and it's made out of recycled plastic as well, this little container. And this is a hand cream with lavender, geranium and petitgrain essential oils, made by nature, bottled by Bramley, a British brand inspired and created in the countryside. So this is a hand cream, like I said. You can actually buy this from the Bramley website for £8 in this size, so quite a good value in there. And this is what the cream looks like. It smells really nice. You can get that nice scent of like lavender and petitgrain in there. Lovely. And it does just sink in to the skin really, really easily. So my hands feel nice and soft now and smell really good. So obviously washing our hands all the time, need hand cream a lot. I have got a lot of hand cream. They have been showing up a lot in subscription boxes, but I don't mind that because I find I use them all the time. So having a lot of hand creams just means I can have them dotted around the house by different sinks and things, so that when you're washing your hands, you've got a nice hand cream to put on afterwards. So it works for me. So it says here, Bramley Essential Oils Hand Cream. Treat your hands to this heavenly, vegan-friendly hand cream made with 100% naturally derived lavender, geranium and petitgrain. Yes, I can smell the geranium as well. This cruelty-free beauty award winner is made in the British countryside. It smells lovely too. Yes, it does. Next up, we have got a to-do list planner. You guys probably know I love a bit of stationery. So it just says to do. It's just got like confetti around the edges, and it says the Feel Good Book Club there at the bottom, and that's just replicated there throughout the sheets. It's not super thick, there's probably about 25 sheets or so in there, but super handy. And it says to-do list planner. This Feel Good Book Club planner is for you to set out some uplifting plans for this year. And then it says whether you're dreaming big or small, it's amazing what you can achieve when you set your mind to it. Okay, so this month's book, I have actually already read it. It is a fairly new release, the book, but I've read it because I do a lot of book reviews on NetGallery, which if you're not aware of it, you get to access free Kindle books ahead of release and write reviews on them. So I have actually already read it, but it is a really good book. And when I say read it, I actually listened to it in an audio book. I've not actually physically read it, so maybe I'll read it again, but it is a brilliant book. So at least I can tell you my thoughts on this one. So this month's book is The Switch by Beth O'Leary, and it says, Lena is too young to feel stuck. Eileen is too old to start over. It's time for the switch. After blowing a big presentation at work, Lena takes a 2-month sabbatical and escapes to her grandmother Eileen's house for some overdue rest. Eileen is newly single and about to turn 80. She'd like a second chance at love, but her tiny Yorkshire village doesn't offer many eligible gentlemen. A life swap seems the perfect solution, but with a rabble of unruly OAPs to contend with, as well as the distractingly handsome local school teacher, Lena learns that switching lives isn't straightforward. In London, Eileen is a huge hit with her new neighbours and with the online dating scene, but is her perfect match nearer to home than she first thought? So this is just a really, and I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it is a feel-good read. It's the sort of book you read and it's just uplifting, and you kind of, I fell in love with the two main characters, and it's kind of told in that split narrative where it switches between the two main characters, which personally when I'm reading a book I just love, because you're not just getting one person's thoughts and opinions all the way through, you're getting both, which I just love. So this is honestly a brilliant book. If you're just looking for some escapism, something that's going to make you feel good and uplifted and happy, this is the book. So even if you don't get the subscription, I'd recommend you check out this book because it is brilliant. So this is quite rare actually for me to receive a book I've already read, but in this case it is a really good book. So I'll probably read it again, or I'll pass it on to a friend who I know will enjoy it. It's a brilliant book, so I'm not too sad about the fact that I already have it, but it is fabulous. And also with the book, we always get a little note from the author. It says, the idea for the switch sprang from the wonderful times I spent with my grandmother in the quirky little village where she lived. After she passed away, I wanted to write about a woman in her late 70s who reflected my grandmother in her prime, bold, funny and full of life. I also wanted to write about a young woman who felt she was stretched to her limits, someone who was burning out, and this element of the switch feels more relevant than ever. We are living through unprecedentedly tough times. Everyone's mental health has been put under enormous strain. It can be really hard to put the news and to-do lists aside and make time to look after ourselves. It's my hope that this book and this beautiful box of goodies will help you escape from the world for a while, then come back to it feeling refreshed. If the switch makes you smile, even for a moment, I'll consider my job well done. With love, Beth O'Leary. It made me smile a lot. There's always a little card as well that says why we love this book. And Emily from the book club team says, this story was exactly what I needed. Inspiring, heartwarming and beautifully written. Agreed. I loved how the narrator switched between Lena and her grandmother Eileen. Me too. And how each character had to face their own journey. I felt so much for Lena and was rooting for her all the way. And Eileen, I absolutely adored her and her story. I'm still smiling just thinking about her. And that's definitely what the characters in this book do to you. There's also a bookmark, the Feel Good Book Club, and it's got stacks and stacks of books, which pretty much looks like my to be read pile most of the time. I wish I could sit on top of them. And it says on the back, keep good company, read good books, love good things, and cultivate soul and body as faithfully as you can. And that quote is by Louisa May Alcott. It also tells you about the Feel Good Book group, which is on Facebook, so you can go ahead and join that if you are a member of the book club. And it says every time you receive your book box, we're also helping others, as 100% of our proceeds goes to the Samaritans. That means your membership is directly supporting Samaritans to keep taking calls from people going through a tough time who need someone to listen. Thank you from Samaritans for making a life-changing difference to someone in urgent need. See you next month, the Feel Good Book Club team. So before we recap the February box, I'll just do a little recap at the end. I want to talk to you about last month's book. Now, last month's book, the January 2021 Feel Good Book Club, we got How to Listen by Katie Columbus. This is a brand new release. It's in conjunction with the Samaritans, and it's a non-fiction book. And essentially, all you need to know is in the title, How to Listen. This book is all about how to listen to other people, be it friends, family, colleagues, or somebody you just meet in the street. And the way it's structured is really good. I like the fact that there's lots of different kind of colours and stuff and things to kind of keep you interested. So even though it's like a non-fiction book and it can feel maybe a little bit intimidating that there's a whole book just about listening, the way they've structured it is really fun. There's a lot of activities and things you can do. There's space to write things down. Personally, I have this thing, I don't like writing in books that are not like writing books, so I don't know, I struggle to write in books, even textbooks, so I'd write it on a separate piece of paper rather than writing it in the book, if that makes sense. But I've also not written in this because it's another book I want to pass on to other people, and therefore they don't want my scribbles all in it, do they? So there we go. But yeah, it's got a lovely structure of different colours. It's really fun how it's structured. It's got sort of step-by-step guides on how to listen and how to help people, and then it's actually got little stories from people that have been helped by the Samaritans or worked for the Samaritans or had some connection to the Samaritans, so you get that like real life stories in there as well. And then it's got fun little kind of quotes and things in there. I like the fact as well that at the back they've actually got a lot of different support options. So if you're assisting someone or if you're struggling with something yourself, there are all kinds of different helplines and places to go for support. They're all listed at the back, so it's really practical. It's the sort of book you want to keep around in case you ever need to refer to it, really. And it's super up to date because it's just been written. And it just gives you a lot to think about, really. It's a really, really useful book. It's like one of those books that everybody should read, if you know what I mean. And as usual, I will link all these books that I've talked about underneath the video. So if you do want to check any of them out, you can go ahead and do this. But this is a really lovely book. And the Feel Good Book Club seem to either, they do like some fiction, some non-fiction. and I enjoy both aspects of it, because the fiction's obviously the escapism, and then books like this are just really kind of practical and teach you something, but in quite a fun way. So this is a really, really good book. Really enjoyed it, really would recommend it. I don't think I've ever had anything bad to say of any of the books I've received in this subscription, so whichever members of the team are picking them are doing a darned good job. So to recap, we have got the Tartan Little Heat Bag, the Bramley Hand Cream, our little to-do list notebook, the book, The Switch by Beth O'Leary, and a bookmark, which was this as a feel-good book club, as well as, like I said, all the note cards and bits and pieces in there with a little note from the author and the person who picked the book. I'll put a link under the video if you want to check out this book box. There aren't any discount codes or anything like that because it is all going to charity, so it's great, we're supporting a charity. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing. I do hope you'll subscribe and click that notification bell, and you'll be notified when my next video goes up. I do unbox a lot of book boxes, as well as beauty subscriptions and other subscriptions, and I make videos about all kinds of stuff. So I also post videos every day at the moment, so there should always be something for you to watch. And I do hope you'll join me again next month and we'll unbox the March box together. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.